I was going to say, happy birthday, baby. Today's the day. I was born on this date, 56 years ago. So anyway, happy birthday to anybody who shares a birthday with me. Whoop whoop. Why was I coming on here? Oh. Was it yesterday or the day before? I don't know, remember. But I think I shared it on my post tab. Check it out. I'm pretty sure I did. And I shared it on Facebook. Serena Robinson. It was about dark chosen ones. And I want to say that I did a thing that said, I think I put a little comment or title or whatever, a description, or I don't know, whatever you want to call it, with it. And it's like, and I kind of wanted to come on here and say this. I love that I ran across that dark chosen one thing, because I need to listen, things come up for me to watch, listen to, because it's like confirmation to me in a way, or it helps fill in the blanks that, I don't know, dark chosen one, so that's like another label, right? But whatever he was, well, that's a computer obviously, but whatever they were talking about on there was like, right, that's it. I see that, and it was showing me a lot of the things that I say, because they were bringing me back to the things that I say in all my different videos. I just throw little nuggets, little tidbits out there. I love the way they did that. It's probably AI, but I love the way they did that, because I just kept going, yep, exactly, yep. So what I wanted to come on here and say is, I say things a certain way. Other people say things their way. Things are said differently, but it means the same thing. Is that making sense? So it doesn't matter, because somebody can do the same things. This is for those of you that are, I'm hearing, wanting to get started on something, and maybe you're thinking, God, everybody's doing that. How many other, how else could I do the same thing that other people are doing, right? Well, because you'll say it your way. You'll do it your way. It's the same but different than others. Does that make sense? It's your uniqueness, your authenticity, it's your individuality that brings it to the table. You know what I mean? And I really love that, because, I've spoke about, and this is what's coming to mind right now, is having a choice. And I'm like, it's like I don't have a choice. It's like something has always called me. I just loved it. Because it was like, exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. It's like they were telling my story in those things. And it's just like, that's how I always felt. And don't get hung up on what they're giving me, like what you say or what information you share and what information you don't share. Because if you're following, like they said, the soul contract, didn't I do a video about that? I've said it several times. You don't like what I say, that's fine. I don't give a shit. My contract is with God. God and I have a contract. And that's all I give a fuck about. I'm here to do a specific thing. 444, whatever that's going to end up being, there's this, I don't know. It was, look it up. I don't know what the name of the channel is, but go to my post tab. Just look up Dark Chosen Ones or something. And it'll show up. And I can't remember what the name of the channel is, because, you know, I was not on my Sirena of God's Disciples, but on my other channel, Sirena Barefoot Rose, but it just says Sirena, I think, with the bare feet in a rose, you know, emojis. Channel was on the TV, you know. So that algorithm brings up something different. Ooh, just got a notification. Still searching. Explore ideas. No. So, what I loved about that Dark Chosen One thing is kind of like what I've been talking about, you know, moving in, you know, you've already completed that, and now you're moving into your next steps, right? And like they were saying, you know, co-creating your life, getting to the point where you're stepping. Yeah, go watch that, because they say it all. And yeah, that was really cool. So I was going through my Pinterest. God, my hands are sticky. I was going through my Pinterest, and I had stuff in there about acupuncture and shit like that. I don't remember ever saving. I'm the queen of saving things, but never going back and looking at it. I haven't looked in Pinterest in years. I don't know. Some of my stuff was a year ago, but that was because I was trying to find my little, I guess you can call it like a frittata, but I like veggie, egg little, and I make them in muffin cups, you know. You can make a whole dozen of them and then put them in plastic bags and freeze them, and then just take them out and fucking heat it up. Voila! I used to pre-make my food back in 2015 and 2016. I used to make all my food. On Sunday, I would go to the stores, because I had to go to like 3 different ones, get all the ingredients, and then I would cook all day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the whole week, separated and put in the freezer so I could just take. I mean, I did clean eating, and I always looked up recipes, and that's what I loved Pinterest for, was recipes. So I'm gonna get back on Pinterest, because that motherfucker's fire. I forgot all about that shit. But got the world, got the whole world. Yeah, look at this shit, you know. And here's that pentacle, because this pentacle looks kind of big. A man. Maybe not. You know. So, and I like how that showed up on my algorithm too, the Dark Chosen Ones, because didn't I just do a video about a dark worker? Like, the darkness is what's all around us, the light's what's already in us, and they have us, we've been focusing on the wrong things, we've been bringing into our awareness the wrong things, so we're flipping a bitch, we're switching that up, and we're like, oh, the darkness, we could say darkness being, you know, the trauma. I heard trauma bonds, but all the trauma and all the things that happen to our human that, you know, keeps us in darkness, so to speak. You know, when it's stormy and rainy out and it's cloudy and there's no sun, people tend to feel drab, and like the mood is a little bit lower, but when the sun is out, it's like, right? Same thing. I mean, that's a perfect way to describe it. So the darkness is on the outside, but the light has always been on the inside. So when we walk around and say we need to expose the dark, you already know what the dark is. It's the light you want to release. Just to change of perspective. So we're exposing the light. That's what we want to do. We don't want to expose the dark. We want to expose the light. And when, yeah, just like in that, maybe it was in that video, or it might have been something else. I've even said it before. I watched that. Was, I don't know how long ago it was, but when you're in a higher vibration, that's why I talk about higher vibration. They have me speak in a way. I just pay attention. I just listen to I just do what they tell me. That's all I can tell you. I just do what I'm here to do, and what I'm supposed to spread, and yeah. So, are you ready? I'm getting chills because what I'm about to say. Oh, yeah. When you're transparency, your heart light as a feather. The transparency. There's nothing. You're not afraid to face about yourself. I'm like, yep, I was a dick. Yep, I've been a dick. Oh, yeah. Tell me more about what I don't see, what I need to see, what I need to be aware of, to change, illuminate it, right? Light it up. Bring it out in the open, 11:11. That. So, then there's nothing they can do. There's nothing anything can do because it's already out in the open. It's already, you're transparent. Your heart's light as a feather, so to speak. They can't attack you from anywhere, right? And what if it's your own ego, your own human that's really attacking? Not really attacking. I don't like to say attacking, but it's a you versus you journey, baby. It doesn't matter about any outside influence, because when you're whole and complete and you come home to yourself, my friends, that's where it's at. It's like no longer being a victim, but a victor. Realizing that everything in your life had a reason. And if things happened to you a long time ago, I'm sorry, they did me too, but that's over. What are you going to do about it right now? I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened to you. Even tell yourself, I'm sorry, I love your, they say inner child. No, it's you. It's all you. And what they were giving me before, and I saw 1, 2, 3, 4, what they were giving me before was, I don't know if I said this in a video or if I wrote it down, but was like that inner child. A trauma happened, but that inner child, that innocence, yeah, it was yesterday, that innocence has been encapsulated, locked up, held tight deep inside your soul where God rests, safe. And the outside facade, the outside armor, so to speak, you know, whatever was built and made to protect that inner child. But that inner child was locked away. We've been looking at it. They gave me another way to look at it. So when you come home to yourself, you release that innocence. It was never lost or stolen. It was, they're giving me, showing me, like I did a video way back about the soul being like locked in a chest, like buried deep, you know, chain, protected by the divine, by the angels, not to be, you know, they're showing me it's like that, but deep inside, the innocence is still there. The child, the innocence, the love, the purity has been locked away inside. So come home to yourself and release that. That's the part of God. They like to say it a different way to keep you under their thumb. But it's really all you, and you can release that. I'm looking over there like the time's over there, and it's not. All right, I love you guys. I got to go because I got to get ready. I'm going out to brunch. Anyway, have a most blessed day, and I love you guys. And yeah, can you feel it? 1441. Life is great. You know what I mean? Namaste. Peace. Or I guess you could say life is good. You know what I mean? What's that? Who sings that? Future? Or do I have that totally wrong? Anyway, that Life is Good song. I love you guys. Ciao, baby. Ciao.